Trudeau's pre-pandemic trip around the world to promote his failed UN Security Council bid cost over $800,000, including nearly $72,000 on gourmet food for the flights. Do you remember when Rebel News obtained flight expenses for Justin Trudeau way back in 2020? We got the information through an order paper question asked by Conservative MP Scott Davidson. When we sat down and we added it all up, we uncovered that Justin Trudeau spent $370,000 on food and catering and another $3,200 on booze on just 6 trips in the government Airbus in 2019. Well, that embarrassing and opulent debacle didn't make Justin Trudeau rethink his taste for mile-high finer things when you and I are the ones footing the bill for it all. Remember Justin Trudeau's failed pursuit of a UN Security Council seat after 4 years of a completely witless charm offensive, whining and dining the world's worst dictators? Justin Trudeau embarrassingly lost the bid, falling way behind Norway and Ireland. But not before Trudeau jetted around the world last minute to try to secure some votes. Look at this in The Guardian of all places. It was only in February, months before the vote, that Trudeau and a small delegation visited Senegal, Ethiopia, and Germany to pitch Canada's candidacy. The Prime Minister had a planned trip to the Caribbean to court regional leaders, but scrapped the visit amid a wave of protests at home. Now that is only halfway true. Justin Trudeau may not have gone to Barbados, but the federal government did spend $140,000 on that trip to Barbados because Foreign Affairs Minister François-Philippe Champagne went to Barbados in Justin Trudeau's place for just a day. But this whole last-minute trip sounds very expensive, and it was. Take a look at this in an order paper question asked by Conservative MP for Perth Wellington, John Nader. In total, how much did this trip cost taxpayers? And if the food cost is not yet known, what is the best estimate of this cost of the trip to taxpayers? Look at this, $834,840. $14,000 of that was for the air crew and their accommodations, which I'm perfectly fine with. Food totaled nearly $72,000. And to break down some of the expenses on Trudeau's vanity trip, it included things such as aircraft handling fees of nearly $47,000, airport security of nearly $1,600, aviation fuel of $112,000, crew transport of $1,200, de-icing fluid of $23,500, a landing fee of nearly $5,000, telecom services of $2,400, and in-flight entertainment, videos, magazines, and movies, just a little over $200. I guess fancy people don't know how to download Netflix onto their iPads like the rest of us. These expenses are approaching $1 million, and they appear to be on top of the previous costs obtained by the Canadian Taxpayers Federation on the money wasted on Trudeau's vanity legacy project. Look at this. The records reveal the total salary cost for all bureaucrats assigned to the security seat campaign from 2016 to June 2020. The salaries totaled $6.2 million, which came on top of $2.4 million of operational expenses. So $8.6 million in bureaucratic expenses, plus approximately another $835,000 for Trudeau's last desperate effort to be liked and then eventually rejected on the world stage. That's some pretty expensive international embarrassment. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. Now, while this information came to us by way of an order paper question asked in the House of Commons, Rebel News regularly, daily actually, files for access to information, not just into the federal government, but into all levels of government across most major agencies. It's expensive, it's time-consuming, it's laborious, and we require some research help. If you'd like to help us offset these costs to ask questions nobody else is asking, please donate today at rebelinvestigates.com.